What's up? This is Jay Lately, and you're watching The High Functioning, Episode 3.
Let me get by, just don't even mind us. You know where to find us, up with the pilots. And you can get high, but you ain't getting my butt. Actually, my butt could open your mind up. So tell them like Mike was, come and put 5 up. I'll roll us a live one, rest when my time's up. Bake till my cake comes, getting my grind up. Know where I came from, ain't looking behind us. So let me get by, just don't even mind us. You know where to find us, up with the pilots. And you can get high, but you ain't getting my butt.
Yeah, my name's Jay Lately, man. I'm from a lot of places. I was born in Oakland, California. Moved up north to Sebastopol, a little town called Sebastopol. Grew up there. Went down to LA for a little while. Came back up to Oakland for a little while. And now I'm living in Berkeley right now. And I'm a MC. You know, I've never, due to gun violence, I've never lost someone that was like super close to me in my life. But I've been around a lot of people who have, because I teach in Oakland. And luckily, none of the students that I've ever been really close with have ever been killed, but I've definitely seen students be killed. And like, it's ridiculous, man. Like I don't know how many students at my school, but if you ask the kids at my school that question, I bet you at least 98% of them would say yes. Like maybe even 100. It's, you know what I mean? Like it's that out of control. I think options, like other options, man. I don't know. I sit there. I had a much different upbringing than a lot of my students did, and I sit there and look at them, and I kind of go like, damn, if I was in your position, I might be doing that exact same thing. You know what I mean? Even though I know in my head that's bad. Like what you're doing is not gonna get you what you want. You know what I mean? But I'm like, if I were a 15-year-old kid in your shoes, I might be doing that same thing, because like there's just a lack of options. There's a lack of hope. I feel like there's this idea that like it's either you're stuck in what you see, or you're gonna be like you gotta find your way to the riches. Like it's either like stuck in the hood, or you gotta become a superstar. You know what I mean? Or you gotta be someone that you see on TV. And there's no in between, and it's like, no, there's a huge ass in between in there, but the pathways to that in between aren't necessarily presented to them in a desirable way. They don't see, you know what I mean? It's like, where do they see people making that step into an accountant? Where do they see people making that step into, you know, like a CEO of a business? You know what I mean? It's not presented to them in their day-to-day. They either see the stuff around them in the hood, or they see what's being presented to them by the media. Like, I think there's a lot of people trying to do the right thing right now. You know what I mean? It's not like we don't know what to do. There's a lot of people trying to do the right things. There's counselors, there's music programs, like youth radio in Oakland. That's a perfect example of a program that's opened up to high school kids, has great quality instruction, equipment, everything, has great quality programming, you know what I mean? And so it's not just some like jank ass thing where it's like, oh, come here and do this, and they're like, what? You know what I mean? Like it's something quality, and so they buy into it and they take it serious.
I've been on the road where the crew's gone, having bad dreams, trying to write a good song. And every road I wanna travel always looks long. Got that shopping cart hustle, I'ma push on, put a push on. Grip tight, hands callous. The stuff I'm made from is the stuff you can't challenge. Blood, sweat, and tears, but it's tough to stay in balanced as I walk a tightrope over the dust to the palace. Don't fuck with the malice.
I mean, that track is like, I think that track's dope because people from all walks of life can relate to that. You know what I mean? Because there's some instance that you've had in your life that you haven't, it'd be easier to quit, is basically what it is. There's a lot of things you do where it'd be easier to quit. But you don't experience the full benefits or the full reward of whatever you did if you don't actually push through the tough times. Like basically nothing that's ever been really worth it in my life has come easy. And I think you could say that, a lot of people could say that. A lot of people are too scared to give their all, because you know that if you give your all and it doesn't work out, it's like, well, damn, I guess I really can't do that, maybe, you know what I mean? But most people are too scared to actually give themselves that full 100% chance, you know, of succeeding in whatever they're trying to put their mind to. I just went on my first few tours, and that for me was like amazing, you know what I mean? Because I wake up and go to work every morning at 8:30 like the rest of everybody, you know, like I'm got to get to work by 8:30, and most of the time I'm on my way to work, I'm hella tired, I'm, you know, just bummed out kind of. I'm like, fuck, I'd rather be in bed still, I'd rather be doing this or that. But like being out on tour, we could stay up till 4 in the morning, wake up at 7:30 in the morning, hop back in the car, and I'm sitting there with a huge ass smile on my face, just loving life. You know what I mean? Because it's doing what I love. And teaching is even a meaningful profession. You know what I mean? I get fulfillment out of like dealing with those kids. You know what I mean? But still, it's nothing to me like music. It doesn't give me anywhere near the same fulfillment and enjoyment as music does. And I felt selfish a lot about that at first. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm doing this for myself. But then I kind of realized like if I'm a happier person based on what I'm doing, there's a really good chance that I'm gonna treat other people better than I would if I was unhappy. Oh man, so the project I just dropped is called PB&J's. It's by me and Jay Good, who's an MC out of Sacramento.
Feet on the road again, head in the sky again, telling myself that this is mine if I decide it is. It looks too good not to be inside of it, planning the execution, building up my defense, hand on the Bible even though I never read it, thick edges, hella pages, shit forget it, been too busy studying this life and making edits, paying off my debts and dues, building credit, yeah I'ma get it, grinding, never sold more than I smoked though, rhyming, puffing on the boatload.
Really cool dude. So we linked up a while back, and it's been kind of like a slow process, just going back and forth, and finally we were like, all right, let's actually turn this into something. So that's been really cool. We dropped that on the 15th, and got some videos and everything off that. And then coming up next, I'm gonna have an EP with Tracy, who's a MC who actually came out of the same city that I grew up in, Sebastopol. He's like one of the only other dudes who was in my high school with me who at the same time rapping and stuff. So it's actually we used to play basketball together and shit. And it's cool that we like started working together again. So that's gonna be coming out sometime soon. And then I'm working on something with Nima Fadavi too, who I did that album One Way Ticket. We did that album before he produced everything on it, and we're about to do a little EP together.
Puffing on the boatload, y'all are just so, don't mean death though, wait, maybe I do though, that's meant to be in jest though, sicker than your average, isn't even strep bro.
For me, I think it's that track Energy, which has Deuce Eclipse and Zumbi on it.
Dreaming on warm nights and bright days, stay scheming on long flights and nice legs. Better learn to give back what this life takes, cause the energy stays when the light fades. Yeah, the energy stays when the light fades. Don't get caught up in the spaceships and light rays. Better love what you got, learn to like change, cause the energy stays when the light fades.
Don't let them take it, don't give it in, don't sit there and accept how we're living. It's time to invest in life and get our dividends. They've been giving it sideways, but I'm enjoying my days, and if not my nights, you ain't taking my light, burning it down. And then we're rebuilding, we're learning how to take the negatives and turn them around. Know the past makes the present, shit, we're working it out. Big dreams for the future, so I'm earning it now.
And I really think, partially just because I feel like it showcases like my talent in terms of just sound quality, my verses, you know what I mean? Like just the whole thing in general, I just think it's a quality song. But I think at the same time, there's obviously a message behind what we're saying, but sometimes in songs where there's a message, it gets a little, it gets a little more depressing, it gets a little more mellow, whatever. And I feel like that's a song where like I succeeded in keeping an uplifting song. It was, it has energy behind it, you know what I mean? It makes you want to bob your head, move, but there's a positive message behind it at the same time. Yeah, I got everything on my website, justlatelymusic.com, J-U-S-T, Lately Music. Also I'm on Twitter at justlately, Facebook.com/justlately, Instagram /JLately, all that shit. Just trying to stay busy in this crazy ass world we live in. But I think high functioning is someone who understands themselves. And I think that's a harder thing. It's easier said than done. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a lifelong, exactly, it's a lifelong journey to actually understand yourself. But having a greater understanding of yourself, I think actually helps you understand other people better. Man, I think just kind of like what I was saying earlier, I think something I kind of live my life by. I used to play basketball, I had a crazy ass basketball. He was a good coach, but he was a crazy ass little fucker. But one of the things that he kind of taught, he used to tell us about that thing I was saying about people being afraid to fail. And I think that's something that everyone can apply to their life. Like, if you're too afraid to fail, you're gonna prevent yourself from chances of succeeding left and right. You know what I mean? And there's always people who like just kind of make excuses as to why something didn't go their way. But if you leave yourself with no excuses, there's a good chance you're actually gonna succeed at what it is you're trying to do. What's good? This is Jay Lately, and I'm high functioning.
The process blessed up. I motivate change and stepped up. The pain get flexed up. Articulate motion. I soak it out. Steeped in the ocean while speaking the potion. The antidote.
Baby is